Gerry Kelly, what's Sinn Féin's position on Theresa Villiers' comments this morning?
Well, clearly Theresa Villiers has put out a propaganda statement for the Unionists. I think the question that needs to be asked of her is she binning Haass, because it seems very like that she's certainly repudiating Haass. To actually say today that she wanted to emphasise that you should avoid bringing the state forces to account on this. It's actually an extraordinary statement because she's not just saying let's see transparency and let's see even-handedness. She's trying to dictate where you should inquire. I'm for transparency, I'm for balance, but if there is a wrongdoing done, whether that is by state forces or non-state forces, then let's deal with all of them. We have had 25,000 nationalists and Republicans going through jail. On the other side of that balance, we've had a handful, less than 10 state forces having gone through the justice system. If you recognise that 400 killings were done by the state directly, and then if you deal with the issue of collusion, it brings it up way up beyond 1,000 killings, then you know what we're trying to deal with here. I heard Gerry Kelly say this morning on Radio Féin that the killings of the state forces were minuscule. It's a horrendous insult to the people who have suffered. I'm not looking a hierarchy of victims, but what Theresa Villiers said today is she's putting a rubber stamp on the hierarchy of victims, and she's running away from the future. She's actually delving back into the past in the sense that she wants to go backwards instead of forwards. The heading on the statement I think that she put out was looking to the future. This in no way looks to the future. This actually takes a position where the British government, up till now, you know, you have the American government, you've had the Irish government, you have the British Labour Party, you have the SDLP, Sinn Féin and Alliance have all backed the Haass talks, which was trying to actually deal with these issues in a very even-handed way. And what she has done is in one statement, in the first time that they've committed themselves to anything, they've committed themselves apparently against Haass, who was invited in here by the First and Deputy First Minister, who had no baggage, who took all the consideration of all the views given, including the British government's, and came to what they believed was an acceptable compromise. Almost everybody agreed with that except the Unionists, and now what the British government has done, who have no buy-in to the Good Friday Agreement or the St Andrews Agreement or Hillsborough Agreement, is that they are unpicking those agreements now. She has a lot to answer for, and she needs to explain to the wide range of people, not just the Unionists, to the people throughout Ireland and indeed Britain, right, who have suffered so much, who have been trying to move through a peace process. Why is she taking a stand which is unpicking agreements, international agreements, by the way, which have already been agreed?
Could this be the beginning of a coalition between Tory government and the DUP vis-a-vis Westminster elections next year and their support for them?
I don't know, but I suspect that the type of informal coalition has been there with this British government. They have no buy-in, they were not involved in the peace process, they were not involved in the political process, in the negotiations, and they up till this point, they have taken a stand-off position, and indeed outside of this statement we have argued many times publicly and indeed privately that they need to be involved, they need to endorse the Haass talks, and they need to use their influence on unionism, not to be continually hankering back to the past. And of course she's talking about unpicking power sharing, she's talking about oppositional politics, when she has to know, if she knows anything, that the reason that we need power sharing is because we have already experienced unionist one-party rule in the state for a number of generations, and we are not going back to that, and she is not going to bring us back to that. Of that I can guarantee you.